up, Crypto Warriors? It's Ultra Crypto back at it again. Today is Sunday, the 18th of April, 2021, and Bitcoin took a big dive off a cliff overnight. Early Sunday morning, late Saturday night. I guess it depends how you look at it, right? Maybe it happened around the time Ben Askren got knocked out, right? But we won't go there. Yeah. So Bitcoin took a big dump. It dropped down all the way to. I thought I saw something that said 48K, like one big red um, line within an hour, down to 48K, then it bounced back up. But everything I'm seeing is mostly 52K. So maybe I dreamt it. I don't know. But as you can see, here it is, the big dump, and every single coin, all right, followed that dump, except for Doge, of course. Doge continued to pump afterwards. Crazy, but everything else seemed to have taken a little dip during that time when Bitcoin dropped as well. Look at that. Look at that. It's just everything just followed Bitcoin. Everything just followed Bitcoin overnight. Crazy. But we have a mixture of in the last 24 hours, mixture of red and green. Wow, Neo is up. I have no idea. There has to be some good news coming out. Solana is up. They must have some great news as well. VeChain is up. I know they have great news because they're launching their Chainlink 2.0. VeChain is up. I have no idea why. Bitcoin Cash, wow, that's up. Like I said, Doge is pumping, and yeah, that's pretty much it. But let's get right into it. Coming from Decrypt, crypto market plummets 8% in steep correction. Reports of power outage in China and rumors of U.S. government crackdown on crypto money laundering are likely behind the crash. Highly doubt that second one. Let's get into it. So here it is again, coming from Decrypt. By the time after this was written, I don't know the exact time it was written, but it was actually more like a 15, maybe 20% dump from Bitcoin, and they're saying that it's because of some unconfirmed rumors late Saturday night about impending charges from the U.S. government over crypto money laundering appeared to have been the initial trigger. And this is this person here tweeting about the U.S. Treasury to charge several financial institutions for money laundering using cryptos. Securities lawyers familiar with the Yellen Task Force plan said, first of all, she's in charge of the U.S. Treasury. From my understanding, and I'm just some guy on the internet, right? But the U.S. Treasury don't charge people, right? And they're not going to go like send a task force after people. It's typically the FBI, the Department of Justice, that go after them. Sometimes even not sometimes, but when we talk about money laundering and tracking currencies and different monies, right? It's typically the Secret Service. They don't just only protect the president, all right? Their initial job is to stop the counterfeiting of the U.S. dollar and to track money laundering and things of that nature, okay? So those are the agencies that they would probably send after so-called, bad guys for money laundering and things of that nature, right? Some financial task force between both services, Secret Service and the FBI, right? But from the U.S. Treasury, I'm not too sure about this, but we'll see. It has something to do with Russia and election tampering. There we go, Russia again, right? But whatever. And then this one right here, coming from Dovi Wan, founding partner of crypto VC firm Primitive Ventures, attributes the plunge to a power outage in China's Xinjiang province, the region that houses China's largest Bitcoin mining operations. Authorities cut the power following accidents in 3 coal mines in the province. So that may have triggered it, because if you look at certain charts, right, on the actual Bitcoin blockchain, and let me pause and get that up. And here it is. The hash rate took a big dip, and this was as of the 16th. So this was a couple of days ago that this fire incident happened over there in that province, and they had to shut the power down. Well, I guess it will take a couple of days for the hash rate to reflect what has happened on the Bitcoin blockchain. But they're attributing it, some of the factor to that as well. And that's the thing. It's more than one thing happening all at once. Plus, we have over $10 billion worth of longs that got liquidated. And here's that as well. So we have 7.6 billion in crypto long positions liquidated in 1 hour as Bitcoin plunges to 52K. So you have people taking leverage out and they got wiped out. The exchanges that they're having their longs on, they know when they have an abundance of people that's betting for the price to go in one way, and then they just bet against it and then wipe them out, right? So none of these exchanges have our best interests at heart. So just be careful out there, especially when you're trading with leverage. So that's part of the reason as well. So we have the longs being liquidated, the hash rate situation, this so-called rumor with the U.S. Treasury, and who knows what else. But a bunch of different FUD always happen all at the same time to affect that Bitcoin price. If you're thinking about it in a long-term perspective, then this is nothing to worry about, and it's just funny to see people get wiped out. They got wrecked. Who cares? That's on them. Next, excuse me. Next, Bitcoin transaction fees soar to $47 as market crashes. So we have over 130,000 transactions awaits for confirmation right now on a Bitcoin blockchain. Excuse me. Just had to take a sip of water real quick. But here it is. Price charts flash only red numbers and steep percentages drops today after Bitcoin dropped 15% overnight to lows of 52K. And close to 130,000 transactions await confirmation on the blockchain, according to data by this person. And Bitcoin's average transaction fees are currently at 4-month high at basically $47, up 200% since April 4th, when the average transaction fee was about $15. So there you have it. And this is the mempool right here. And it's basically just showing that that right here, the transaction fees going up could possibly have something to do with the hash rate going down as well. So it's all, it's all connected. All right, it's all connected. Hash rate went down. Price typically follows the hash rate, right? Longs getting liquidated, and transaction slows down because the hash rate dropped. There you have it. That means the fees have to go up. The fees only have one way to go, and that's up when transactions slow down and there's a lot of traffic jam on a network. There you have it. Next, Bitcoin sells for 65K in South Korea as kimchi premium resurfaces. So this is great news right here. During all this FUD that's happening, right, and everybody's selling off, we're having an excellent arbitrage opportunity if you're able to get in on it, right? If you're able to get in on it, that's happening right now in South Korea. So although we're experiencing prices in the mid 50s, they're experiencing prices 18% higher in the mid 60s. So there you have it. I think this is very bullish because during the last bull run, the kimchi premium was the thing that a lot of people made a lot of money from. Okay. And bloodbath in the crypto markets today sunk the price of Bitcoin price on global markets by 14%. See, they're giving different numbers, to as low as 52K. But the current price of Bitcoin of 55.53 or 55,553 is far lower than the price of Bitcoin in South Korean exchanges such as Bithumb and Corbit. On those exchanges, Bitcoin against the Korean won for the equivalent of 65,882, an 18.6% arbitrage opportunity. So there you have it. If you're able to get in on it, get in on it. All right, get in on it and make that money. Buy some Bitcoin here on Coinbase, Binance, whatever. Then send it over to Corbit and Bithumb. But I highly doubt that because these things are highly regulated now, as we all know. So again, good news. Another bullish news that's happening right now is, this was from a few days ago, but this story just broke. This is coming from Bitcoin.com. U.S. lawmaker warns Treasury Secretary and Fed Chair not to ignore Bitcoin or America will fall behind. Congressman Kevin McCarthy has urged Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen and Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell not to ignore Bitcoin like they have been trying to do. It's like when kids are really young, when they're babies, or they're toddlers, and they they cover their eyes up, thinking that they disappeared from people looking at them, right? If they cover up their eyes, well, if I can't see you, then you can't see me. He believes it is the future, emphasizing, I do not want America to fall behind other countries. Here it is. A longtime proponent of Bitcoin, McCarthy said in July 2019, I like Bitcoin and the security of the blockchain technology behind it, reiterating his view on Bitcoin back in 2019. The congressman replied, I was right then and I am right now, elaborating, I think they tried to ignore it to make it go away. I think Jamie Dimon will tell you that from the beginning he was wrong. This is moving toward the future. They should not ignore it. And as we all know, Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan Chase, came out and called it a fraud while his European divisions were trading Bitcoin. He tanked the price, manipulated the price of Bitcoin. Nobody went to jail. They might have paid a fine, but that fine was just the cost of doing business. But no one went to jail for manipulating the market. He certainly didn't, right? He's still out here talking garbage about Bitcoin, but now they offer Bitcoin traded products. They are doing business with Bitcoin companies and Bitcoin exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini. So again, they always change their mind. They always come around. All right, so here it is. Powell said last week, this is where they're getting it wrong. Powell said last week that cryptocurrencies are vehicles for speculation. He claimed that they are not really being actively used as payment, despite a growing list of companies accepting them for payment, including Elon Musk, Tesla. Treasury Secretary Yellen shares a similar sentiment. She called Bitcoin was a highly speculative asset in February, asserting that it was not widely used as a transmission mechanism and was an extremely inefficient way of conducting transactions. Yellen also warned that the misuse of cryptocurrencies is a growing problem, noting that cryptocurrencies are mainly used for illicit financing. And we all know that is extremely wrong, that cryptocurrencies are not used for illicit activities. The US dollar is used more for illicit activities. Over $2 trillion is being conducted in illicit activities right now between banks. It's being facilitated by banks, all right, within banks. Bitcoin and cryptos account for less than 0.1% of that. And that's even coming from a report from a former CIA head. Again, they know what they're doing. They are spinning that narrative to make everything look bad for a reason. McCarthy additionally said during last week's interview that regarding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Treasury Secretary Yellen and Fed Chair Powell should not only learn more about it, but the basis is going to continue to grow. He said, he further opined, this is something that those who regulate, those who are in government that make policy better start understanding what it means for the future. I tend to agree with him, of course. This is the crypto channel. I agree with him 100%. Bitcoin, cryptos are the future, and we need to get on top of it before we get left behind. Next. All right, and this is just speaking about other countries leaving us behind. We have now Canada's, all right, first Bitcoin ETF has truly exploded. I'm not going to get into it. Just wanted to show you that we're being left behind by our neighbors to the north. All right, they have 5 different ETFs right now, I think, for Bitcoin already. And just last week, they approved 3 Ethereum ETFs. We are getting smoked right now by other countries. We need to wake up and allow these markets to thrive and flourish and stop trying to stifle innovation and stop worrying about the little guy getting rich. That's just my opinion, of course. Please smash a like, hit that subscribe button, notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Let me know what you guys think about these articles that I covered today. It is Soldier Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.